And hello, greetings everybody, welcome to another edition of Radio Redux. I am of course Kevin, welcoming you to the show here at the beginning. It is one of those shows where it's going to be in a number of bits. Oh dear, yes, bits indeed. But there's a reason for that. We've been enjoying a little bit of a soft break with the show for a number of reasons. I have been busy off doing other things that will be more obvious later on when it comes to streaming. I've got a big project that I am doing and I'm kind of devoting myself to that. And everyone else is kind of busy doing stuff, dealing with stuff at the moment, and getting together to do a show proper is a little bit out of the ordinary. The show with me and Urtheart that was 2 shows back now was something of a bit of an oddment in that it went far longer than was intended. But we are overdue a good get-together of the LMC crew and a discussion about what they've been up to in the world of games, in the world of life, and having a bit of entertainment in the background by way of an actual game itself would be quite nice, frankly, wouldn't it? It'd be a nice little change of things. But yes, we're actually in May. April is already in our rear view window for the year of 2026. Time is flying. I am having an interesting time of it at the moment. There's a lot going on in terms of life, in terms of life direction, family, all manner of things that is going on. So, naturally enough, before we get on to the main event, which is the culmination of this, what was actually a 4-part discussion about the best video game soundtracks between Viper and Skyblaze and Urtheart, we're going to zip away to me invading a Final Fantasy XIV stream. That's what's going to come up first. Speaking of, by the way, this collection, this 4-parter, like I say, which has been condensed down into 3 parts just because of how things have worked out with regards to the soundtracks, there will be a omnibus version of this coming to the LMC podcast channel. If you're not aware of the LMC podcast channel, the name gives it away what it is. You can find all the episodes of Radio Redux there, even the ones you can't find on Spotify, and also various, I think all the LMC casts, all the guest controls are on there. There's some other like niche shows that are on there, and I'll be adding other archive shows from the archive that we have, not necessarily LMC but shows. I will be adding some there in time. It's lovely that YouTube just doesn't go, no, you can't have this anymore because you had 4 seconds of magical sound shower back in 2009, therefore you can't have this show anymore. No, YouTube's not like that. Instead, it might just do an advert or something. But that will also allow, because of that nature of YouTube and the fact that we can do this longer form content on there with the omnibus, the version that you hear on there will be different from the version that you heard within the Radio Redux episode, because they had to have the music stripped out so that it could be on the likes of Spotify without any problems. So when you get to the YouTube version, you'll actually hear the guy's choices of music as was originally intended. And isn't that a good thing, everybody? So, there's that. We'll be getting on with a bunch of stuff, like I say, very, very soon. And, yes, I'm sort of a mind at the minute to think back over the direction we've gone recently in terms of the show. There's a bunch of stuff changing around with LMC, with Radio Sega, with other things, and who knows where that direction will take us. I will say that there's topics and stuff going up and that will be discussed that does not fit with Radio Sega's rules. So you will not get those episodes on Radio Sega if there's something that we're going to talk about, which is absolutely fine. Like I say, you'll just have to listen to them on YouTube or Spotify or Apple or but any of these many other places. But I'm not going to... I'm not going to just not talk about shit. Okay? So that's coming up. I'm hoping we can get a bit more variety in terms of the shows and what's going on and being discussed and get back more into the news. Important news, all the various bits and pieces that's been going on. For instance, did you know, as I was told earlier, you can now buy a Sonic the Hedgehog gold bar. Yes, have you ever wanted to buy a Sonic the Hedgehog gold bar? No, of course you fecking haven't. But that hasn't stopped them licensing out to some goddamn company, so you personally, yes, you can get a small gold ingot with Sonic the Hedgehog stamped onto it, making the cost of purchase for some reason far greater than the actual gold that it is, and at the same time making the gold that it is far less valuable, because that's how that works. Girl, as Turbo added on to the discussion. I love gold, but not that much. Have you done the Majima Festival in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds? I have. I am close to being absolutely done with Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I didn't do the red one. I didn't do the Angry Birds crossover. It was the first one. I'm just like, nope, it's too much of a grind still. It's thankless. It's just misery. Stop. It's kind of done on that front, I think. Didn't actually get the win streak though with an assist from Turbo, but there's all sorts going on. There's Dead by Daylight 2 V8s. There's probably going to be some stories coming out of regarding that. Metal Gear Solid 2 source code for the HD version just leaked. All sorts of stuff going on with LMC have been doing something with Rebellion. If you may have been watching our Twitch channel, there's all sorts of things happening at the minute. Interesting mods going on, turning Payday 2 into Risk of Rain 2. I mean, okay. Lord knows they've not succeeded in turning Payday 2 into Payday 3, so, you know. Also, there is an indie game out there. You may have heard of this, you may not have. There's an indie game that has your Steam backlog come to life and try to kill you. It basically looks at, like, this is your Steam library, and this is all like the games that you've never played. The more you paid, the stronger they are. You're literally battling your video game backlog. This game's called Game Quest, the Backlog Battler, as opposed to Barcode Battler. Isn't it about time that somebody did, like, a QR code battler? I think we're due that at some point. But yes, there's various people in the LMC Discord who are terrified at this prospect. There's things like the Steam controllers on the way. I know a number of people associated with RS have got some strong thoughts about that. And yes, all those things and more are going to be coming your way, I guess, at some point. But until then, I've rambled on long enough, I think, that we can skip over to... well, actually, no, we won't skip over to the video game stuff first, because I need to barge in to Luna's, because there's 3 people there, and we're following up on something that we discussed on Radio Redux, like I say, a couple of shows back, and somebody has got a lot to answer for.
This is Radio Redux.
Hello.
Hi.
Greetings, Team Terribad.
Hello. Good evening.
Yar.
All of you sit down.
Yeah.
No, I refuse.
Because you especially, actually.
No, I'm going to stand up.
Because two
stretch.
of you here are already guilty.
What have we done this time? Okay, what have we done?
I'm just saying Fenn's guilty for the sake of it. Right.
Okay.
I have brought you here today to the Accusing Parlour.
We were already here.
I know, it wasn't a long trip.
Man's hijacking my live chat and into his
Yes,
using
he absolutely is. He absolutely is, because I have begun to be assaulted with psychological warfare.
What?
Now, you should really have me facing the other way, so I'm actually facing all of you.
Yeah, he's accusing us. He did flip him.
Yeah. You're doing this on the stream.
Accuse.
Yes. Looking down in judgment. All of
There
you.
you go.
Now.
And all of you.
Accuse Reverend Green in
Right.
the ballroom with the revolver.
You're not far off.
Damn it.
You're not far off. Now then, Mr. Urtheart, I believe I was telling you on a previous episode of Radio Redux about what has occurred to me via post. Because once upon a time, I put on my throne a Jet the Hawk Funko Pop.
You didn't get another one, did you?
Which Luna then bought me as a nice surprise.
Yes.
Which was then perfectly fine, and then I saw Earth. Earth came round my house. He knows where it is.
Got you one?
Yes.
He snuck under the barbed wire. And he, as part of catching up, presented me with a Jet the Hawk Funko Pop.
Mm-hmm.
And then, not long after that, I received via the post, not through Throne, but still via Amazon, a Jet the Hawk Funko Pop.
Don't tell me you've got a fourth
So
one.
I have 3 Jet the Hawk Funko Pops. And it was funny. It was funny!
One of which I believe Double Cross wants to mutilate.
Well, no, they want to just repaint them in pastel shades for reasons best known to Double Cross, but that's neither here nor there. 3 Jet the Hawk Funko Pops! Team Terribad! Uno, dos, tres!
Okay, to be fair in my defence, I did not know Luna had got one for you until
know.
I'd already bought it.
But you'll note...
No, here's the thing. He streamed him opening it. Did you not watch the stream?
No, I was busy that night, I think.
Oh my god.
I am going to say this is the introduction to the story.
Oh god, there's
God.
more.
Where is
I
it
Last
going?
week-
Anything.
Last week, you may have noticed in the LMZ Discord me just basically going, "I've had enough of today. I'm going to bed at a very early hour." Because I was exhausted, and I came downstairs, and there was a package.
Yeah.
There was a package, and it was like, oh, this isn't one of the things I was expecting. It's quite big. And I'm like, oh dear. Oh, well, it looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like one of those big Funko Pops. It's the size of those. And I'm just like, oh no, what's somebody done? Someone's been too generous to me again. This won't do. I don't like it when people do that. And then I opened the box.
And it turned out it was just a lot of packaging.
Hang on a second. I need to get this.
I'm over here. I have nothing to do with any of this, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
get
have none
used
of to do
anyway.
with any of this.
Oh no, that's not true. You did initiate the first one.
Right.
I got him 2 birthday
Of course, it's
presents
the
off
thing that fell
Throne.
over off my desk earlier and went down the back. Of course it bloody is. Right. So, I got a package. So I opened the package and I reached inside and I was like, oh, that's not a big Funko Pop. Instead, I reached in and plucked out a Jet the Hawk Funko Pop.
No.
And then, with the light of hope fading from me, I reached inside and pulled out a Jet the Hawk Funko Pop.
Oh no!
How many did you get?
Wishing the earth would swallow me, wondering if it was possible to hurl myself down the stairs despite the fact that I was only 2 up, I reached into the box, and lo and behold, my hand, my trembling, pale hand, clasped around what could only be described as a Jet the Hawk Funko Pop.
What the hell is going on?
And I thought that was it. And then I realised the box was quite heavy still. So I reached inside, and out came a Jet the Hawk Funko Pop.
Jesus Christ!
Do you have 8 Funko
No,
Pops?
I have 7 Jet the Hawk Funko Pops. I
Why
can
do you
turn.
have 7 Jet the Hawk ones?
I can use them to turn super, as in super worried about people having my address. Apparently.
Okay. Well,
Apparently.
yeah, I'm gonna say it wasn't me because you know the reason I bought the one for you.
Yes, I know.
And I got yours from Throne as a birthday gift.
I know. I am well aware of this. I have suspicions as to who it is. I think I have
It's not
suspicions
me.
about who it is. It's not you. I would be very upset if it was you. You should be saving your money
I'd
for
be
other
very
things.
upset because I'd get recommended nothing but Funko Pops forever.
No,
Right.
you get recommended Jet
However,
the Hawk Funko Pops and nothing
these
else.
were all gifts, of course. And what happens when you have gifts from
You get
Amazon?
taxed on them.
You get taxed on them. No, you don't get taxed on them.
No, I do.
You may perhaps get a note within a gift
Oh,
note
no.
to let you know. Right, so
Where is this going?
Amazon.co.uk, a gift from Babylon Rogues. 7 jets in hand, catching wind and leaving sand. From Babylon Rogues. Then we've got 7 jets in hand, fastest racer across the land. Then we've got 7 jets in hand, watch me reach the podium stand. And then we've got still a gift from the Babylon Rogues. 7 jets in hand, everyone kiss my feathers now. I am now the proud, in about 3 different kinds of quotation marks, proud owner of 7 Jet the Hawk Funko Pops.
Why? Who sent
Maybe we
you so
should
many?
introduce you to the Sky Pirates in this game.
Maybe we should.
Hi, I'm a Sky Pirate. Well, I'm a pirate already.
You know the other ones.
I'm
I
just
know
a
the other
potato.
I am just very worried now. I have 7 of these goddamn things. What am I supposed to do?
So, I would
Donate
advise
Seven!
burning one as a sacrifice.
As a sacrifice. You're cursed.
To which I don't know.
Do you have an idea who might have
I
sent
have an idea that it was somebody trying to get back in my good books.
Oh.
Because they do have my address. But no one in across humanity should ever have the misfortune of opening a box to find 4 Jet the Hawk Funko Pops. I'm pretty certain I now rank, personally, as one of the largest warehouse depositories of Jet the Hawk Jet the Hawk merchandise. There was a
You count as a reseller at this point.
shortage of Jet the Hawk Funko Pops in the UK now because I have them all, apparently. So, and the reason I'm getting Team Terribad here because the Jet the Hawk thing is slightly their fault.
What?
What did I do?
What do we do?
You laughed. That was enough.
I'm sorry that my first no. Hang on. I am so sorry. My first introduction to you was you doing a Jet the Hawk impression.
And it's all gone downhill from there.
I was just racing in the video game. It's nothing to do with me.
I mean, if we're not going to blame anyone, it is kind of Fen's fault because she
It is
did kind of
Fen's
introduce
fault.
us to each other.
It's Fen's
Fuck
fault.
you, no, stop helping.
Yeah, the absolutely indignant noise then that came from Fen was
She did call me fat earlier.
I did not. I said
Well,
you like ice cream. You
this-
took that out of context.
well. All I'm going to say is whoever is responsible, and I suspect I know it is, you're all marked. So 2 of you are guilty already for giving me these bloody things.
Hey, no, I got you it without realizing that everybody fucking else was going to suddenly buy you one. I am innocent.
I am innocent.
I wouldn't buy Funko Pops.
Right.
Sorry, next
So-
time I'll buy you more millies.
What? What are you talking
Has
about?
been. No, has been hotel.
Oh, right.
Oh.
I've got a mini.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
the
just thinking of
balance of
Quick
millions.
One.
Yeah, I should get you a millie. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, no,
millie.
Kev's
You gotta
Christmas
get
gift.
him a Moxie too.
I haven't got a. I've got a Fizzeroll here. I've got an Octavia, and I've got a Sally.
Yeah,
Bloody-
they've been
no,
his
wait,
Christmas
wait.
presents for the last 2 years from me.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. No more Jet the Hawk Funko Pops, or I
was
swear
never
I
gonna buy
will
you
hunt.
more
We
than
got
one,
told.
Or
hun.
I swear I will hunt down those
Apparently
responsible
it's somehow
for
my
any
fault as well.
percentage of this collection. I will hunt
Despite
them
the fact
down.
I have a distinct hatred for Funko Pops.
So you're quite likely to get them away to somebody else.
I had
Distribution
to
centre
pretend
person,
today
yes,
to
I
like
see.
3 different kids that I was interested in their Funko Pop collections, and I don't even know any of these kids.
Anyway, I will leave you with the knowledge that I now have these fucking 7 Jet the Hawk Funko Pops. I don't know what to do with them. It's an entire shelf of them, for God's sake.
Okay, actually, you know what you should do?
I've got an idea of what I'm going to do with them.
I'll take
Bring them
one.
to-
Fuck it.
Bring them to the convention we're going to. And sell them there.
Resell them for like 60 times markup.
Yeah. Oh no, I have ideas. I have ideas.
Why do they have mouths?
Because you don't have...
Makes
Kevin,
me
you've been on
work.
like an idea crusade at the moment.
Beware my creativity, wah!
Dear
No.
Beware!
Mother, no.
No.
Okay, but
It's not scalping
I
the gift.
assume we're still killing Axis soldiers tomorrow.
I would assume you guys are.
I don't know. It depends if I
Just
receive
TBH
any more Jet the fucking Hawk Funko Pops! Anyway,
Well, to be fair, next week he will be killing people in a different way.
yes!
What if
With a
I find a way to
sword
mod the
Jet
game
Hawk.
so that all of the Nazi soldiers become Jet the Hawk?
I mean, that would tie into the Wolfenstein playthrough.
Oh,
Do we not remember?
Oh no. Was ist das?
No, not on my
Das ist
screen.
ein...
No, no, no. Hey,
Wie komme ich am besten zum Bahnhof?
thank you in a minute, Kevin. I swear to fucking God.
To be fair, I think
Die erste Straße rechts und die zweite Straße links. Und dann sind sie dann das Babylon Rogues.
To be fair, we did have a Jet the Hawk redeemed during our stream last time or the time before.
Yeah, it was me.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, that was
I've wasted enough of your stream's time, but mark my goddamn words, every single freaking one of you, including Trevor the cat.
Trevor,
You leave Trevor
Trevor
alone.
might also be guilty. I don't know. He's the mascot. He's also Team Terribad. He's also guilty.
He's turned his back on the microphone.
He's turned his back on the microphone. See, he turns his back on you all.
Have you been buying Funko Pops, Trevor? Why?
Why?
Okay. We found the culprit then.
Yes, well, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling all three of you.
I swear it was none of us.
All three of you.
I promise.
All three of you, your cards are marked. Your cards are marked. And they're marked with the symbol of the Babylon fucking rogues.
I'm not seeing an issue here for me.
I'm
You
just
will.
here listening.
You will.
I may
No, I
look
really
like a
won't.
bird,
I've got
but I
so
am
much
not
worse
a
things to
bird.
worry about.
Radio Redux.
Alright, well, let's round this off. My number one. So, actually, there was a rule we didn't mention, which was we couldn't have soundtracks that were basically compilations of existing songs. So, there's your popular soundtrack method like EA does, which is a shame because actually Need for Speed Underground introduced me to many songs that I would never have listened to normally. And we also kind of excluded games that were collections of existing soundtracks. So I kind of said Smash Bros was a no because it does have some original themes, but it's majority other songs and stuff like Final Fantasy Theatrhythm. And also it excludes stuff like Guitar Hero, which, let's be honest, has a great soundtrack because it has to.
It's kind of the whole point of it, yeah.
Yeah. Although, again, I found out a few more favourite songs. I never thought I would like Black Eyed Peas, I think it was, until I played... No, Paramore, sorry. Until I played Misery Business, which has one of the best bass lines I've ever heard in a song. Genuinely. However, my number one is a music game. But it has a completely original soundtrack. And admittedly, the base version of the game has at least 3 variations of that soundtrack you can play. One for all 3 of the main characters. The game is done so well that it got a Nintendo exclusive spin-off and is having a sequel coming out. I think Viper's figured out what it is.
Yes.
And the original idea of the game is you could play the entire game with a dance mat. But it's not a DDR game. Welcome to Crypt of the Necrodancer. This is I could have picked a few music rhythm games. One that did come up was a Hi-Fi Rush, which although it does have some licensed tracks in, there are also alternate streamer friendly versions, which some people think is better. There was BPM Bullets Per Minute, which also has another soundtrack and did come close. But the thing I like about Crypt of the Necrodancer is, first of all, the bass soundtrack is great, and it's got a nice set of rhythm and nice set of feelings for each kind of environment, which works really well. And you have 2 variations which have an interesting way of interacting in the game, in which when you get closer to the source of the second variation, it kind of gradually increases the volume on it, which is the shopkeeper version, where the shopkeeper will sing along to the soundtrack in every base level. It's great because it's like if you just hear about the corner of your eyes, corner of your ear is like, "Oh, shopkeeper's nearby. Which direction?" And the closer you get to him, the louder it is, even if you can't see the shop. It's a really great little feature.
Yeah, that's an incredible mechanic.
Yeah. But yeah, basically you have 2 variations of the song because of it. You have the normal version and the version with the shopkeeper. I say the shopkeeper sings. He doesn't say any lyrics. He's just going, "Ah," throughout the entire thing. But on top of that, one of the things I really like is the boss battles, because the boss battles are all based off musical themes. For instance, guess what kind of music King Konga is based on?
Is it bongos?
No, it's the conga.
Oh, that's
specifically, specifically because what does a conga entail?
Long chain
a long
of people.
line.
But what do you do on the 8th beat?
Kick.
Yeah. So in the King Konga battle, you have to stop on the 8th beat.
Oh.
It's a really well done mechanic, and it's just like fits in with the theme. And then you have the other ones, which are Deep Blues, which is oddly a chess set, but again is in the blue. It is in a blues style. You have Death Metal. Guess what he's in. I think he's one of the few with voice acting. One of the DLC bosses were added, which is Fortissimole. And he's a rapper, and I love that song. That's the only one with actual lyrics in it. Again, if once you defeat him, the lyrics stop immediately. So, I love that song, but sadly that's not in the base game. Although, again, all the DLC stuff had additional music that was original. It's still very good. But my favourite track is Deep Sea Bass. Or, sorry, it should be Deep Sea Bass, I suppose. But it's just like, it's a weird octopus musical instrument monster. So the head of it is a electric bass guitar, but he's got like cellos for some of his arms, trombones for some of his arms, and they come and attack you separately. And yeah, it's so good. But what's even better about it is, as I said, you get 3 variations of the soundtrack. So the original soundtrack, which is by Danny Bravarsky, I think, which is just kind of, it's just good bass music for the game. And then the second soundtrack is, I think, called the Melody Mixes. I can't remember who does it off the top of my head, but it's probably my favourite. It's kind of like, the best way I can describe it is kind of electronic funk, but kind of the image they have for the soundtrack is a keytar. That just gives you an idea of how it plays. That's my favourite variation of the soundtracks. The final variation, I think, that came with the base game was by Family Jewels, and it's a electric guitar remix. And that's for the hardest character, which is the character where if you get hit once, you immediately die. And if you miss a beat, you immediately die.
Isn't there a version that's by Chipzel?
Yes, I'm looking at the list right now.
Yeah, this is the thing.
She performed it when I was on the bill with her at Steel City Chiptune.
Nice, I'm slightly jealous of that. So there's multiple different versions that have been added as DLC by various famous game composers, etc. There's one by a guy, I'm forgetting the name, but he did the soundtrack for Shovel Knight.
Jake Kaufman, right?
Jake Kaufman, that's correct, yeah. That's actually probably... that's a chiptune-y version. That's probably my least favourite. I'll admit I'm not as big a fan of chiptune stuff when it's a case of it's being done for the sake of making it sound old. But it's still a good remix. Interestingly, they also added a remix. I think this was a free one by Spike Chunsoft's staff.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's really cool.
Yeah. So, but
I mean,
now,
this game is in general.
It's remixes of their games, but they did add the ability to play as Monokuma.
Wow. Okay.
Great.
And Junko Enoshima, I think, as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a music game. The music has to be good. It definitely is. I wanted to include one kind of game where it's just the reason the music's good is because it has to be good because it's essentially part of the game. So my pick is Crypt of the Necrodancer. Yes, there's plenty of other great ones that have come out. Again, recommendations: BPM Bullets Per Minute, Hi-Fi Rush is great. What was the other one? Hellsinger, I think it's called. That one, though, I think is predominantly licensed tracks, but I don't remember. So
yeah, it sounds about right. I've not played it, but I feel like I remember it being mostly licensed stuff when I saw it.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but it's on I own it, and it's on my to-do list. But honestly, I started playing Crypt of the Necrodancer in really early access, and I've loved it since. Have I completed it? God, no. You try playing with Coda, which is, hey, I have the gimmick of every other character, including the one that dies in one shit. Yeah. So that's not happening. But yeah, Crypto the Necrodancer is my number one. Viper, you're number genuinely one.
Yeah, well, it's funny you mention Jake Kaufman's soundtrack being your least favourite, because then be an incredible turnaround to have a Jake Kaufman soundtrack as your favourite, wouldn't it? So this is really hard. This is like picking between your favourite child for me in at number one, because there's been some stuff I've had to admit. You mentioned your big example was Smash Bros. For like mostly taken from other games kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those things where it's like, I've heard plenty of people say like the best video game soundtrack is Smash Bros. Because it's the best music of all video gaming.
Yeah.
Like, that's fair, but also a little bit cheating.
See, whereas for me, even if I removed that stuff and just talked about like the menus and stuff like that, personally for me, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, for example, would have been on this list, even just to the original stuff.
And that's fair. It does have original music. I feel like there's not enough of it to constitute a full soundtrack.
Yes, exactly, and that's why I'm happy to respect the rules. And there's a couple other big ones there. But the rule that screwed me the most is no two picks from the same franchise, because in my head these are just one big soundtrack. So you made me pick between Mighty Switch Force 1 and Mighty Switch Force 2.
Oh, that's a good pick, though.
So in at number 1 comes Mighty Switch Force 2, which was so difficult. This was, more than anything else on the list, this was what I pondered the most. More than, like, just, should I put this on, should I not? It's, which one of the two do I go for as my favourite?
To be fair, I'm not saying all of Jake Kaufman's music is bad. I really enjoyed, I believe he did the Shantae soundtracks.
Yes, and except the most recent one, for some reason.
Yes, but I actually prefer the older titles.
Yeah, which is also perfectly valid.
I prefer the more Arabian styles of the originals.
Yeah.
But, actually, the Mighty Switch Force music is a pleasure to listen to as well. I am a fan.
This is one of those games for me that I discovered first from the music and then worked backwards. Because I knew of Shantae, I definitely did not know of Mighty Switch Force though. So that was exclusively through, I said JKK, I think it's vert.bandcamp.com. Basically all of his stuff from what I know is mostly available free there. As long as it's not a licensed game, which he's done some good licensed game soundtracks as well, which are unfortunately not allowed to be there. But because of that, because this was free, I was like, well, we'll just download it anyway. You're not losing anything on giving it a punt. At the time, I didn't have access to any streaming services or anything, but even now, for some reason, this still isn't on there, so it's a pretty good alternative if you want to give it a listen. But since then, I've gone on to buy the game on pretty much everything, buy the CD version through Limited Run, and also buy the vinyl edition they did, because there's not really any like full retail release they've done this music. If they did that, I'd buy it again. That's how much I'm willing to support this one. But the game itself is also really fun too, but to me it's so eclipsed by its soundtrack. I'll still pour out love for the game itself too, and have done on many occasions, but it's like it's standing on the shoulder of giants effectively, even though the game itself should be the thing in the spotlight. So yeah, Mighty Switch Force 2 being a sequel to the first game, you'd think, we've talked about Sonic Adventure 2 having a very different musical styling, but for the most part it effectively follows the formula set up by the first one, which is why I really struggle to differentiate them. But 2 generally stylistically between tracks sounds a bit more different, so that was what tipped me over the edge. There's a bit more like whereas all the tracks can reasonably blend together in the first game, which is entirely the point, because the levels are all very similar in like background art and geometry and stuff as well. The second game has way more variety in like skyboxes and locations and things, so the tracks are made to sound a bit more standalone to each other, and therefore I think that really helps them stand out a tiny bit more. But still not to discredit the first one at all, they're meant to kind of blend in together as to continue the atmosphere through the levels rather than change the atmosphere each level. Bonus point as well to both soundtracks, because they have, in the games you have these bonus levels which then contacted community artists to make remixes of the base game songs for them, so you also get a second version of each song on the soundtrack as well, which also stand on their own 2 feet because they go in a completely different direction half the time, just sharing the same melody. So leads to like a lot of good stuff and a lot of like a real spread of not necessarily genre, but certainly like for all staying within almost dance and EDM and that kind of thing, you still get a big variety of types of things to listen to. So really stands out to me on that basis, and also just being a really good game and needing good music, because sometimes it's not hard as nails, so to say, but sometimes you definitely need that extra motivation to get over the puzzle you're solving, or just to get over the hurdle you're kind of facing. So it does exactly that and more to me, and therefore, like I say, music's so good it convinced me to get the game, and hopefully if you listen to it for free off the back of this, then go ahead and get it too. I strongly recommend it, I'd say.
I think I'm definitely going to have to get the soundtrack. I have actually played the games, so and I do enjoy them. I think I originally had them on the DS.
Yeah, I think where the first one stood out for a lot of people was it was a very early eShop title. I think that's where it mostly made its mark. It was like the Switch eShop on the first couple, like 6 months on the 3DS, where there was very little to play, so a lot of people just went, oh, I'll play this, and then the soundtrack is really what makes it stand out as a result
on the original DS eShop.
Oh, there was a couple of
DSi.
Yeah, you got Mighty Mighty Milky Way and Mighty
I definitely
Flip
had Mighty
Champs.
Milky Way, yeah. But no, I recommend that as well. I need to listen to that soundtrack because I don't remember that soundtrack. I really should.
Like I say, the biggest thing to me is that it's available free. Like, not through a YouTube upload, not through a sketchy site. Like, literally, just you can get the full quality Flax for free off his Bandcamp, and obviously you can chuck some money as well because it's Bandcamp, and Bandcamp Fridays exist and are worth giving money to good soundtracks like these for. And I like having, easy access to both purchase and download these things. So that's like a big point in my book as well. Like Skyblaze said, with being able to like buy soundtracks directly from the composer, that's something in a lot of my cases you can't really do, but at least there's ways and means normally. But this is one where you can give all your money directly to the person who made it, and that's great.
Yeah, there's a few soundtracks I really should be picking up from their Bandcamp. I think it's not on my list. It was an honourable mention. Pizza Tower is another one you can get off, I think, the original composer's Bandcamp. And yeah, that's just a stunner of a soundtrack anyway.
I wish more people would do that. Hint devs. Indie devs mostly do it, but even big devs, like Sega's the best of the big devs at actually putting things out in a semi-prompt manner, which is why it's nice to do this sort of thing that, you might be listening on here right now on Radio Sega, because it actually makes our lives semi-easy. When a new big game comes out, you can actually, show off and talk about the music, as opposed to going, like I've done with Nintendo on my other show a couple of times, going, well, I'm still waiting to be able to actually talk about this soundtrack because they didn't release it, and, I don't have a way to actually play it for you yet. So it's nice.
Yeah, Square Enix is kind of 50-50 on it, because what they tend to do is they release the soundtrack physically and then give it enough time to go, okay, it's been out physically long enough, now we'll put it out digitally. But what they've done really well recently is they've done a good YouTube archive of a lot of their big soundtracks. My only gripe is that they have released volumes 1, 2, and 4 of one of my favourite soundtracks, but not 3. And I don't understand why 3's not available.
You know why, though? You know where to buy it. You know where to give them money for it instead.
Japan.
Yes.
Although I think it's quite hard to find out there as well now. So. And they've got a 5th one coming out soon. So
they've been quite good about the Final Fantasy XIV soundtracks, but I think that's because Yoshi P and Soken is just kind of breathing down their necks.
Yeah, the one I'm thinking of is Final Fantasy Record Keeper.
Yeah.
So it's mostly remixes, but some of them are very, very good. I will say, one interesting thing with the recent 14 soundtracks is they're all on Blu-ray.
Yes.
However, if you insert it into your PS5, it then gives you the option to go, hey, do you want to set up the PS5 as a hotspot and download all of the MP3s from this Blu-ray?
Wait.
Yes.
What? Huh?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's why on the PlayStation Store you can buy digital soundtracks.
That's really cool because so often, I mean, like a big thing of the 7th gen for me was the ease of ripping soundtracks to your consoles, and you could kind of do that the gen before, but like that was really when it got big, just being able to use it as a CD player. And even now, half the time, I'm like, where's my portable CD player? I don't know, but you know what I do know? I know where my Xbox 360 is, or anything like that, you know? Yeah. So I missed that when I think the Xbox One and Series can play CDs, but the PS4 can't, and Sony made the CD partially, so it kind of baffles me.
Yeah, but no, actually, this is a really good way of going, hey, rather than you trying to, get a Blu-ray player connected to your PC and then figuring out how to rip it as an MP3, they just go, look, here's a way to just have the soundtrack. You bought it, you should own it. Here's an easy way to download it if you own a PS5.
That's great. I really wish that was more of a thing as well.
It's a really cool way of doing it, and I'm glad they've done it, and hopefully they continue doing that with some of their stuff.
Fingers crossed, anyway. I won't hold my breath, though.
Alright, and finally, Skyblaze, your number 1.
Nier Automata.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I love that we both have a long lead up. Skyblaze just goes, there you go, that's it.
If ever there was a game that has this roller coaster of emotions that is accurately reflected in the soundtrack, it's that one. The Nier Automata soundtrack is one of the soundtracks that I tend to put on when I'm working. Because it's a pretty good soundtrack for when you're trying to concentrate, I find. Your mileage may vary. But I find it very conducive towards concentration. Apart from Weight of the World, which makes me cry.
Yeah, fair.
One of the other things I like about the Nier Automata soundtrack is that there's 3 different languages in the soundtrack, English and Japanese, but there's also a conlang, a constructed language, in it, which is kind of implied to be the language of the machines, which is pretty interesting. But it's another one that has, like the aforementioned Weight of the World, that has parts of it that will rip out your heart and stomp on it, because Yoko Taro wants you to personally suffer. If you've played the game, you will know what I mean.
I have played the game, so I do know what you mean.
Yeah. At least the actual true ending isn't like, everyone is dead! Well done! Like the original Nier was.
I didn't get that far. I only finished 2B's story.
You should finish the game. It's
9S early on just pissed me off too much.
Well, he's really broken. You just hack everything to death. But also there's tracks like Birth of the Wish and the rearrangement of Grandma. I really, really love the music for City Ruins. City Ruins music lives in my head rent-free. And then there's really weird stuff like End of the Unknown, which is just this dance track. It's like, what is this doing in here?
I'm trying to remember all these tracks, because the ones that I remember off the top of my head are Alien Manifesto, I think it's called.
Alien Manifestation, yes.
Yes. And I've forgotten the name, but it's the one that is also in Final Fantasy XIV when you fight Engels. You know which one I mean.
Yes, I know which one you mean. It might be
just can't think of the name.
I can't remember.
Yeah. So, fun fact, I did play Nier Automata first. But when they did the Nier Automata crossover in Final Fantasy XIV, I was like, I really enjoyed the soundtrack. I should see if I could just buy the soundtrack. Not realising I'd already bought the Nier Automata soundtrack already because I enjoyed it in the original game. So it's like, oh, I already own it. Well, let's listen to this again.
It's such a good soundtrack. It's such a good soundtrack, though. It's absolutely beautiful. and will just break your heart. And then it has stupid shit like the Emel's shop theme, which he sings. He rides around the map on a scooter and will just sing it off key. And it sounds like he's just making the lyrics up as he goes along. And it's an official part of the soundtrack. It's like, okay. And it will just interrupt the music of whatever's currently playing and be like this slightly off-key singing about like all the bargains he's got. It's hilarious.
I think even like, I actually think this is one of the nice things where it's like if you've heard the soundtrack in Final Fantasy XIV, your instinct is to just go and buy the soundtrack for Nier Automata as well. And hopefully that'll get you to try the game. Yeah.
And yes, you should.
Trust me, as lovely as 2B is, there is actual game in there as well.
Yes. Another thing I quite like for the hacking minigames, there's a kind of chiptune version of each of the hacking, a chiptune version of each area for when you're in the hacking minigame in that area. So there's like a City Ruins 8-bit theme and a Birth of the Wish 8-bit theme and an amusement park 8-bit theme. It's like, again, you didn't have to go to that much effort, but they did.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like Yoko Taro, and to be fair, Platinum were the developers for that one as well, weren't they?
I believe they were certainly involved in it, so I believe
so. When do they ever take half measures on their games?
There is that, yeah.
When they release.
Well,
when they throw it out the back of a speeding lorry at midnight, and like there's five copies, literally. five copies in the entire world.
Let's not also forget this is from a period of time where people were actually still working at Platinum.
And let's just say Yoko Taro hasn't gotten any saner since.
No.
That too.
But yeah, he also he wants you to suffer personally. But he also likes pretty girls in goth dresses, and the fact that he's straight up about this amuses me.
I know, I love it.
It's like, what? Why is 2B wearing a short skirt? It's like, I like pretty women in short skirts. What? Like,
it's probably better than trying to mask it, to be fair.
Yeah, I respect that. It's like, yeah, this is what I like. It's like, okay. You carry on there with your barely disguised fetish.
Also a Platinum tradition.
Yes! We're looking at you, Bayonetta!
Hey, I'm looking at Raiden just as much.
Yeah. No lies detected.
Oh, no, actually, it's probably more Jetstream Sam. I think he wears the skin-tight outfit more prominently.
I will take your word for that one.
Just watch the cutscenes, that's all you need to see.
So I've never actually played... I've seen some cutscenes for some Metal Gear games, so I've never actually played one all the way through. I keep being told I ought to.
Okay, I will say, Metal Gear Rising, while it is technically connected, nothing like anything else in the Metal Gear series.
Yes. So much so that most of its fan base is generally not intershared with Metal Gear, from what I've noticed as well. It feels like
okay, that's a bit odd, but all right.
A lot of Metal Gear fans are like, well, it doesn't play like Metal Gear, so I'm just going to stick with my Metal Gear.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but it still is a fantastic game in its own right. But yeah, no, Nier Automata's soundtrack is definitely... I mean, yeah, as I said, I went to go and buy the soundtrack, then realised I already owned the soundtrack is a good song.
And the fact that they did kind of crib so much of it for the raid series in Final Fantasy XIV tells you a lot, considering what the general bar for the music in Final Fantasy XIV is.
I don't think they even remixed quite a bit of it. There's a few remixes.
There's some of it that's kind of blended into a what's the word? Medley. But
Yeah.
it's not been significantly rearranged. No.
I think it's only the final bosses in the raids that have mixes to them.
I believe
And
so.
even then, they're not that heavily mixed. But yeah, like, for me, the Engels theme is, like, amazing.
But yeah, go listen to the Nier Automata soundtrack and then play the game. This is your instruction for today.
This is your homework.
Yes, that is correct.
And with that, I think we have finished. Any honourable mentions while we're at it?
Kingdom
I
Hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts was a weird one for me because I was like, I'm not sure whether I should count it as borrowing music or not, because a lot of the level themes are original,
They are, yeah.
but then you have stuff like This Is Halloween and Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm a pirate. That's it.
Yeah, the Mickey Mouse March, and One Winged Angel turns up in it a couple of times.
That's true. It's actually one of my favourite versions of One Winged Angel, to be fair.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of the soundtrack is original.
It is. Oh, I will say, though, some of my favourites from that one are oddly some of the remixes they do for the third game.
Oh, interesting.
So for the DLC, all of the Organisation 13 have remixes of the themes where they come from.
Oh, cool.
I think it's called Omperito Lascurius, which is Young's Terranauts theme, is really, really good. But oddly, one of my favourites is the Stitch Summon theme, which is a remix of the Stitch world from Birth by Sleep. Fun fact, all of the summons, other than Wreck-It Ralph, because obviously it was his first appearance in the series, is actually remixes from the battle themes from the worlds they come from.
How cool.
So
They went to a lot of effort for that one.
Yeah, and they're really good remixes. But yeah, Stitch's one, Makawakawa, is one of my favourites. And I love the fact they're giving it a proper Hawaiian name as well. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts was definitely a good shout. Any particular one, or just in general?
My personal one is probably two. It's because there's a number of. Sanctuary is a great track to start off
I'd
with.
agree.
I actually prefer Sanctuary to oh god, what's the name of the one from the first one? When you walk away, you don't hear me.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to. Simple and Clean.
There we go.
I don't even remember the name for the one from the third game.
Nah, but
No.
Sanctuary is great, and there's a bunch of standout tracks. I mean, the music from the Tron level is brilliant.
Yeah.
The kind of the slightly melancholy sound for Twilight Town as well. I mean, it's supposed to be like, here is Roxas having all his happy days before everything's torn away from him. But even in the music, there's kind of a hint that, there's something not right here. And I quite like that kind of very subtle foreshadowing.
Yeah, no. As I said, I have the physical copies for Kingdom Hearts. I think I have a pirated copy of Kingdom Hearts 1. The original version of Kingdom Hearts 2. And I have a digital one of Kingdom Hearts 3, which also comes with like some of the mobile game music as well. Because why not?
So I don't have the full soundtrack for Kingdom Hearts 3. I ought to get a hold of it at some point, because I've only got a few individual tracks from it.
It's not that expensive digitally. I haven't. The physical version's very expensive. I think it's like £100 off Square Enix's store.
In fairness, I've tried to cut down on the amount of like physical music I'm buying because I don't have anywhere to store it. This is why I've not bought a record. This is why I've not bought a record player.
Yeah, but it's
hurts.
about.
It's so true.
So it's like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Cross Union soundtrack, and it's like 140 tracks.
Damn.
It's good. But yeah, no, that's a good shout. How about you, Viper? Any honourable mentions you want to go for?
think I mainly mentioned mine in at number 1. So, yeah, Mighty Switch Force 1 and the original stuff of Super Smash Bros. Brawl really come to mind for me. Also at number 5, I was really heavily debating between Mega Man 1 and Kirby's Dream Land, the original Game Boy one, practically for the same reasons. Really small cart space, a lot of contemporaries, very short loops, but it fits a lot of character into a very otherwise small and quaint game. I mean, you can finish the whole thing in 20 minutes, and yet every song just hits incredibly well to me and leaves the lasting memory that not actually a lot of other Kirby games from the same time period really do to me. So that one always stood out as a personal favourite chiptune soundtrack as well. But aside from that, really drawing blanks, but I'm sure any other day I could name a million, of course, but it's when you actually need to think of them. But they don't come to mind.
F-Zero GX.
Ooh, yeah. One speaking of physical copies, actually picked up kind of recently. I had no idea it existed, and then the next day I bought a copy because I was at a con.
Well, you should probably put it on the Radio Sega server, because the versions we've got on the Radio Sega server are they're clipped.
I'm pretty sure that updated kind of recently. Yeah, because I went to do the exact same thing for the same reason, and then I looked and I was like, wait, this has been updated. That's not right.
Nick has been sneaking around behind our backs. Sneaky Nick.
I'm trying to think of any other big ones I missed, but I mean, there's going to be plenty across the board.
Well, the original Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, fair. For me, the only other Nintendo one that comes to mind is Metroid Prime. I love that soundtrack. Specifically the intro as well, and Federa Drifts I quite like as well. But outside of that, I mean, I have such a big amount of games. One of the things that I did think about, but I only really like a few tracks, and then I don't remember the rest, is Serious Sam. But the Corridor of Death is one of the most iconic tracks from that. I love it. Disgaea soundtrack's always been great for me as well. Modern Times from the third game I think is sorely underappreciated. And Danganronpa's soundtrack is certainly memorable, although they don't change it much between the three games, I will say that. Although I will say they do something very clever with their soundtrack in the third game. There's a theme for when you do the in-classroom battles, I guess you call them. But what's interesting is, depending on the piece of music that plays, you can tell whether you can do special things like perjury in the middle of that one. By the different soundtrack that plays. But I did not notice that the first time I played. But yes, I think we should wrap this up because we've been going for a little bit.
Yes.
My thanks to Skyblaze and Viper for joining me for this special episode.
Thank you for having us.
You're most welcome.
Episode.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
Into multiple episodes. And now I just need to do the organisation of which of these soundtracks do I already own and which ones do I need to ask you for. Where do I get them from, and also what's your favourite tracks, because they'll be the ones going in there.
I think I've got all of the ones I've mentioned, so
I think I have at least half of yours, Skyblaze, because yes, we're definitely familiar on those games.
Yes.
But yes, I hope you all enjoyed, and hope you all had a lovely time listening to some either new music or familiar. And I'm sure we'll all catch you at various times somewhere on Radio Sega and or podcasts. Take care, everyone.
See you soon.
Good night.
This was a Last Minute Continue production. For more, please check lastminutecontinue.com.